Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we discuss all things financial literacy. A few months ago, I released a video that concluded a series that I had on the LightStream loan hack. Initially, I was approved for a $30,000 used auto loan that, for all intents and purposes, was in fact a personal loan. And then a few months after that, I went back and got approved for a second loan using the same method for another $40,000. And then finally, I was able to get a third loan, which allowed me to reach the max exposure amount of $100,000. Towards the end of that video, I talked about paying the loans off and exactly if that was possible with this particular hack. And I wanted to come back and report that it is indeed possible. And I want to talk about the strategies that you can actually use to get the same amount of money, but also get charged less for it. The Federal Reserve cut interest rates 3 times in 2025, with each reduction being a 1/4 percentage point. That's 25 basis points, closing the year with a target range of 3.5% to 3.75%. These cuts occurred in September, October, and December of 2025 to support the labor market. Now, because of this, I've been looking at paying off many personal loans and then applying for new ones. That way you could reduce the cost to borrow. And I also did this with Navy Federal. I have a video right here. I'm going to link it. You can watch that after this one if you're interested. But for today, we'll be going over the 4th time using this loan with a low interest rate of 8.84% at the time of recording this video. We'll also discuss the strategy once again that you can use to achieve this same result, and it's no documentation, funds that are deposited into your bank account within less than 24 hours. And when I originally applied, it was after business hours and I was approved at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time the following day. And the funds this time were deposited into the account around 12 p.m. the very next day. I'll also give you more details about the company once again and the data points that you can use to get approved as well throughout the video. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So before we discuss the strategy, let's do another recap for first-time viewers about this company and the type of credit profile that you need for approval. LightStream is an American online lender, and this is a division of Truist Bank. Now, Truist was formed in December of 2019 as a result of a merger between SunTrust Bank and BB&T. LightStream is an online lending service that offers loans for auto, home improvement, and practically anything else at competitive interest rates for those who have fair to good credit. Now, with that being said, LightStream is heavily focused on individuals with credit scores around the 680 range. There was a time where on the website they actually showed this, but I don't believe that it's there anymore. However, if you go back to my past videos, you might be able to see where I went to the FAQ page and then it told me exactly where it says that you need a 680 credit score with TransUnion. But I have seen some people get approved with a 660 credit score with TransUnion as well. Even if you're still working on your credit, I highly recommend you watch this video all the way through. This can still be a viable option for you in the near future. Now, LightStream does not have pre-qualified offers, so you will not be able to see what you're approved for until you actually apply. Before you apply for a LightStream loan, you need to know exactly where your credit stands, and I recommend checking out rising.com. Not only does it give you access to a tri-merge credit report and scores, it also helps you identify which accounts may be hurting your credit. It also lets you generate a custom dispute letter through the Dispute Hub. On top of that, you can build positive credit history by reporting your on-time rent and utility payments. It even includes up to 24 months of back reporting, which can make a real difference in strengthening your credit profile and helping you get approved for this loan. That matters because LightStream will use the FICO scoring model, and payment history makes up 35% of your overall score. So if you can add 2 years of positive payment history, this can be a meaningful boost. Right now, you can access your credit report for just $1 with Rising's 7-day trial. There's a link in the description, or there will also be an option to click on the screen. Now, let's briefly go over the qualification data points. Now, this will be a TransUnion FICO 8 hard pull. I do recommend having a credit score of 680 or higher. Now, TransUnion is very sensitive to recent debt, so if you want to improve your score, I would definitely take care of any recent accounts. If there are any hard inquiries that you can remove, I would highly recommend removing those. Or if you just received a loan in, let's say, the last 90 days, I would probably wait 91 to 180 days. So either 3 months or wait 6 months before applying for this one. The minimum loan amount that you can request is $5,000. The max amount is $100,000. They also have terms that range from 12 months to 144 months. Now, the minimum APR at the time of recording this video is 6.49%. You will only receive that low APR if you have a shorter term. So always keep that in mind. The maximum APR is 24.89%. However, if you set up autopay, then you can get a 0.50 rate reduction. So I highly recommend that you do that. You have to do this before loan acceptance. Now, let's talk about the strategy to actually being approved for this loan. There is a lot to go through. And if you want the max exposure of $100,000, I'll definitely talk about that as well. And you can look at going a similar route that I took, where if you get the max exposure, but let's say you're not really happy with what you're getting for the APR or the payments are too high, there are ways to reduce that, and that's what we'll discuss last. To begin the application process with LightStream, you want to visit their official website at www.lightstream.com. Once you are on the site, select the option for an individual application. Do not choose a joint or co-signed application. When prompted to choose the type of loan, you want to select used auto purchase, and you want to make sure that you indicate that the purchase is from a dealer and not a private seller. One important note here, LightStream does not verify or request the vehicle title during the process, which can streamline things considerably. Next, you want to input the amount that you would like to borrow and then select your preferred loan term. So for example, you could choose to borrow $30,000 with a repayment term of 60 months. However, you want to keep in mind that after a certain point, your loan term will not affect your interest rate. So you can feel free to use the longest term if the interest rate does not change. I recommend just playing with the slider and you can actually see that. So for example, if you pick a term of 12 months, you might see the lowest rate around that 6.49%. But once you go 24, 48, it might go up slightly. And then after that, it may stay the exact same. At that point, if it's longer for you to actually put it out, but the rate will not be any higher, then it doesn't make sense for you to make it shorter. For your first LightStream loan, I recommend that you request anywhere between $20,000 and $40,000. Now, if you manage this loan well, you may qualify for a higher amount on your second loan with them. You'll then be prompted to set up autopay, which is a requirement during the setup. You want to enter your checking account details to allow for both transfers of funds and the setup of the automatic payments. And that's going to be critical. You want to use a personal account, not a business account for this process. You'll also need to input your personal details, including your full name, your current address, your income, and your employment information. Now, when it comes to reporting income, LightStream tends to approve applicants faster when their income falls between $100,000 and $175,000 annually. Now, this doesn't mean that you should lie about your income, but if you're within that range, it'll often reduce the chance of being asked to provide documentation. Now, if you legitimately make more than $175,000 and you can prove it, definitely add that to the application. When selecting your employment type, choose employed by other. Even if you're technically self-employed, you can use your LLC's name as your employer and just avoid selecting self-employed, as that will almost always trigger a document verification process. Now, by stating that you're employed by another entity like your LLC, you can often bypass that extra layer of scrutiny. You'll also be asked to report your monthly housing cost. Now, this could reflect your actual rent or mortgage payment. Additionally, LightStream will ask about the balances in your checking account and your savings account. Only input amounts that you can verify if they do ask for it. If you do have things like retirement assets like your 401k or a Roth IRA or a brokerage account, then you can include that as well, but I wouldn't fabricate those numbers if you don't actually have them. Before submitting the application, make sure you have a valid Visa or Discover credit card available for verification. You want to also ensure that your TransUnion credit report is not frozen at the time of applying. If you do, that can either block or delay the entire application process. Once everything is filled out and submitted, your application will be be reviewed, and approval times vary but typically range from 2 hours to 1 week. Now, don't expect an immediate decision. It is very common for LightStream to take time before issuing a final approval. For me personally, anytime that I've applied, it's always been at least like 1 business day, or when I apply, 24 hours from that date, and you normally see funds like maybe like 1 hour after you're approved. I spaced out my applications approximately 91 days apart between the first and the second loan. Now, for the third loan, I was declined several times. However, I was approved after approximately 9 months from the second loan, or 1 year from the first one. Now, once you reach 3, I don't know if you can have 4, but the max exposure is $100,000. Now, if you want to get another one after that, you would then need to pay off the loan. I would then wait at least 1 credit reporting cycle for everything to update, and then you can apply once again. Now, when you do apply for multiple loans, they might ask you if you plan to use the second loan to pay off the first one, to which you should always respond no. Second, they may ask you whether you intend to close out the first loan, and again, the recommended response is going to be no. And finally, they could request that you provide 2 documents as proof of income, and the appropriate answer here is yes. You want to say that if requested, you can provide that. There are cases of individuals who follow this exact same 4-month spacing strategy, and they've successfully accumulated $100,000. That's going to be myself included, and I can confirm that you can actually go past that as long as you actually pay it down. And again, that would only be for the purposes of maybe saving money when it comes to actually getting a 4th loan. Like, for example, if you pay off $100,000 and let's say you had like a 12% APR, you can get $50,000 at, let's say, 8.74%, which will save you a lot of money monthly and could save you thousands over the life of this loan. Now, let's talk about some of the uses for this loan. This is not a limited use loan. Even though it's technically a used auto loan, you can use this for various things, for a project, for a business expense. For me personally, I recommend always using this for something where it can make you money, as opposed to just paying off debt or using it for something that won't actually benefit you in the long run. And the reason why I think this loan works so well is because an auto loan is just easier to get approved for. Normally, it's secured by some sort of collateral that you can get back. I do think that makes the underwriting process a little bit more lenient. Now, recently, I released a video called How to Use Loans to Cheat the System. If you haven't watched that video yet, I highly recommend that you do. I'm going to link that video right here. In there, I give a detailed breakdown of how you can use something like the LightStream loan, but not just this, a few other loans, and then business loans and business lines of credit, and how you can accumulate right around like, I think, $400,000 or $300,000. You can get that, and I gave you some ideas of what you should be looking for when you're trying to use this for business purposes in order to actually make money or accumulate assets that can cash flow. So if you want an idea of how to do that and a comprehensive guide, then again, you can check out that video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you already have this loan and it's existing, and let's say you have used it for business purposes, then let me know in the comments below. Also, how many were you able to get? For me, I'm on number 4. You can drop in the comments which number that you're on. Also consider, like right now, while rates are still low, you might consider paying that old one off and just see how much money it might save you in the long run. I think it's always good to go back and check out your existing debt and always look at strategies and options for lowering how much it costs for you to borrow. That is how you can easily put money back into your pocket and then allocate that money for other things, like use it to buy stocks or into a different project or into something else that you might have for a business idea. If you have any additional questions that I have not covered, please drop that in the comments below. I would be more than happy to answer that for you. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day.